Evelyn's peaceful life in Montana shatters when she discovers an affair between her husband and her own mother. In the aftermath, she crafts a quiet but devastating revenge that leaves them both alone and broken. But can even betrayal that deep be followed by forgiveness? Before we dive into the story, don't forget to click subscribe and let us know in the comments which city you're watching from. The sun dipped low over the dusty plains of Montana, casting a golden wash across the ranch-style homes tucked into the valley. Evelyn Harper, 32, stood on the porch of her modest house, a steaming cup of tea cradled in her hands. She had always loved the quiet, the way the hills seemed whisper forgotten secrets with the breeze. But tonight, those whispers felt different, heavier, more sinister. She had seen it, not a rumor, not a suspicion, proof. It came just hours after she and Mason toasted their 7th wedding anniversary, clinking champagne glasses over candlelight and laughter. A phone, left unattended on the kitchen counter, messages, photos, her husband of 7 years, Mason, caught in an affair with someone unthinkable. Her own mother, Loretta Madison, the woman who had raised her after Evelyn's father died in a farming accident when she was 12. Loretta, widowed for nearly 2 decades, had been living with them ever since Evelyn brought her in. To avoid the loneliness of old age, you always said family comes first, Evelyn murmured, tightening her grip on the mug. Her breath came out slow and cold. There was no room for tears. Not yet. The confrontation was silent. Evelyn didn't scream. She didn't cry. She simply waited until dinner, watched them fidget as they tried to make conversation. She asked Loretta to pass the salt and thanked Mason for mowing the lawn normal. Then she excused herself, went into the study, and sent 2 emails, one to her divorce attorney, the other to the board of Mason's law firm. It didn't take long. Within 3 weeks, she had served Mason divorce papers, citing infidelity. Montana's no-fault divorce laws didn't require her to name Loretta, but she made sure Mason knew she had the evidence. More importantly, she made sure his firm knew. The photographs she attached to the anonymous email to the managing partners were damning. Mason Harper, senior associate, engaging in an extramarital affair with a family member of his household conduct unbecoming, a violation of the firm's ethics policy. They couldn't fire him fast enough. His corner office was packed into cardboard boxes by Friday. Loretta confronted her days later. You think you're doing the right thing, Evie. Destroying your own family. Evelyn met her gaze coolly. You did that the moment you touched my husband. Loretta's voice wavered. I didn't mean for it to happen. I was lonely. He was kind. He was mine. And you were supposed to protect me, not compete with me. The tears Loretta had expected to move Evelyn went unanswered. You've taken enough from me, Mom. I'm just returning the favor. Mason moved into a motel. Jobless, he tried to fight for alimony, claiming he had supported Evelyn emotionally during her early career as an artist. Her lawyer laughed him out of mediation. Evelyn had made sure her finances were clean, independent. She had paid the mortgage. She had bought the land. Mason, it turned out, had very little claim to anything but his toothbrush. And Loretta? Loretta tried to keep the affair going. She told Mason she loved him, that they could move to Idaho and start over. But Mason, stripped of his career, began to see Loretta differently. She's old, he told a friend during a drunken night at the bar. What the hell was I thinking? Word traveled. Loretta found herself alone. Again, only this time, her daughter wouldn't let her back in. Evelyn watched it all from a distance. She didn't gloat, she painted. Her next gallery show featured stark canvases, landscapes of quiet betrayal. Stormy skies over peaceful hills, a house split down the center with bleeding color. Critics called it her best work. One wrote, Harper captures emotional devastation with surgical precision. This is pain that does not scream. It whispers. At the opening, a reporter asked her if the series was inspired by real events. Evelyn smiled. Aren't all great tragedies a little personal? Months passed. Mason tried calling her once, begging for forgiveness. He left a voicemail drunk with nostalgia and self-pity. She deleted it. Loretta sent a letter, 4 pages. Apologies, regrets, memories of Evelyn's childhood, of Christmases and scraped knees. Evelyn burned it without reading past the salutation. Justice, to Evelyn, was never about rage. It was about clarity, about making sure those who had betrayed her understood what they had lost. She didn't want revenge to feel like a fire. She wanted it to feel like ice. Months passed, and time softened the edges of Evelyn's anger. One afternoon, she drove to a quiet neighborhood on the outskirts of town and knocked on a modest apartment door. Loretta answered, older than Evelyn remembered, her eyes hollow with remorse. They spoke little, mostly in stilted phrases and long silences. Evelyn didn't say she forgave her, not directly, but she returned. Again a month later. Then again a few months after that. Small gestures, a distant kindness. She knew their bond would never be what it was. The warmth had gone, replaced by something thinner, more fragile. But Loretta was still her mother. The final scene, a cool spring morning, Evelyn walking the edge of her property. A new sculpture stood on the porch cast in iron. A woman standing alone. Back straight, eyes to the horizon. Strength, independence, peace. Some forgiveness comes not from forgetting, but from choosing to move forward even when the past still lingers.